Good morning. Pensioner Prepper here, and it's in the latter days of August, coming on to September. I've just had a delivery from European Mint. It's only small stuff. I'll get onto that in a minute. I take these off. These are my read glasses. It's hot. I'm steaming up. I would be disingenuous if I told you pensioners in the UK on a state pension you could do what I'm doing. I'm living in Bulgaria. I lived here for 13 years now, so I've prepared in more ways than can. I try not to get political on this because I've got very strong views on this, especially about this new government and the man in charge of it. And I don't want to get I don't want to get kicked off YouTube for really voicing my opinions. I've been kicked off Facebook more than once for voicing my opinions on it. But let's address your state pensioners on the pensioners on the state pension. You're not going to be able to prep like I'm going to say now. I mean, your council tax is going up for a start, and your loss of your heating allowance is going to hit you so hard, and I understand that. I mean, I've lost my heating allowance, but it doesn't matter to me because I've got a wood burner, I collect wood and things like that. I've got gas bottles, I've got my solar panels, which I've installed myself and things like that. So I'm not restricted like you are. My daughter, she's on a low income and she pays council tax. The council tax she pays on a terrace house keeps me not comfortably, but I'll struggle through for a year just on the council tax. Now my council tax is something like £40 for the year, so you can see one of the big reasons why I'm here. So you're not going to be able to prepare. As I said, as far as I can see, you're going to have to live in some sort of extended family situation, because you can't live singly, you can't live on your own. It's going to be impossible for you. It's just not tenable for you. And if what's going to happen with the economy is what I'm preparing for, you're not going to survive. I'm going to struggle to survive as well, but you're not going to survive unless you can get help from your family, living in with your family, being looked after by your family. You can't afford to be ill, you're not going to survive. I'm sorry, but many of your pensioners have got the ability to do something about it. You've got, maybe you have a company pension or something like that, which I do have. It's only small, but there again. So anyway, I'm going to talk silver, and it's placing my preps for trading. And I've just got a delivery from European Mint. Now, I'm not going to bore you with unpacking it because it's a nightmare, but it's packed well. It is silver and it comes through the FedEx and that, so it would take me a month of Sunday to unpack it. I don't see the point of doing that for this video. So what I do have is 1 ounce silver. These are euros. I don't think you can see them very well. These are 1 ounce kangaroos, and I've got some 3/4 ounce Canadian howling wolves. You might just see that there. But my main one for UK would be, I'll get one out for you. Oh, those are euros. Yeah, those would be the Britannia. The place I would get them from in the UK, it wouldn't be European Mint because you would be charged import tax as well as VAT. It's UK Gold from London. You can look it up on the internet and they are very good. I think they're part of Brinksmat or something like that. And you can buy UK and they'll post it to you. I'm not sure if it's post free or not. So you'll go through this. Now I have got some silver bars. I'll take one out. These are 1 ounce silver bars. I built mainly for curiosity. You can trade with them if people accept them. They'll trade them. You know, that's a 1 ounce silver bar. I think the current price is about £30 or something like that for each one. Maybe up to 34. I don't know the price yet. But if I was going to buy anything like that, or coins or anything, look for as nearest to spot price as you can get. You're not a collector. Look for as near a spot price as you can get. The closer it is, you better value. I do have some. These are 5 ounce bars and things like that, and I do have them. But my main concern, well, that's a 1 ounce kangaroo. I have bought collectibles. These are, I left these in the package, and teeth. And some semi-collectibles like this silver dragon. They're a bit more expensive, but they're not really a sensible buy for prepping. Bought them for curiosity. I buy them for my grandchildren and things like that, rather than to keep them interested in saving. So these are pandas, Somali elephants, South African meerkats, but they're for my grandchildren, you know, little presents and things like that. They're more expensive, but not really for prepping. Now, as I said, this 1 ounce coin or 1 ounce bar at the moment is about 30 to 34 pounds. Now, if you're going to be a collapse of currency and things like that, you want to trade with something, you're going to find it a bit difficult unless you're paying taxes, which is why I mainly bought them with the larger denominations. I mean, one or two of these coins will probably pay my tax, my council tax, and that for the year. If that's what it's for, but you're not going to go out to the local market without something to barter with or whatever to trade for what you need. It might be you need, say, eggs. Now, you're not going to buy £35 worth of eggs, are you? I mean, so it's not practical. You could save gold. They have got salt. This is a 1 gram bar of gold. I think its current price is about £80. That's just under three bars of your silver. You're not going down the market with gold, so that would be for long-term saving, wouldn't it? If you can, rather than leaving it at the bank and getting it squashed by inflation, whatever. So gold is impractical for you. If you've got the spare capital in that, yep, use it, hedge against inflation and savings. So we're talking about the 1 ounce. Now, if you're going to go out trading with this, you're not going to keep cutting it up to make smaller amounts. So what I've done, and this is the point of my trade at the moment, is bought what they call fractional silver. Now, with fractional silver, I've got 1/10 ounce Britannias. I'll just get these out. An even smaller one. Now I have to put my glasses on to see these. They're so small. Don't forget your reading glasses, you need them. So this is 1/10 ounce Britannia. And that's a quarter Britannia, right? You see the size of much smaller. So now this is roughly about the size of 1p piece, if I don't know if they're still around. And so this is what they call fractional silver. It's more expensive to buy, but the thing is, if I think the face thing on this about 20p is supposed to be 20p or whatever. This is supposed to be 50p. But obviously the silver content's worth a lot more than its face value. So you're going to trade. If I wanted to say a couple of dozen eggs, I'd probably trade for one of these small little 1/10 ounce ones. Want a bit larger, I'll go to the quarter ounce. So these are my trading currency if I need it. So it's not good value investment wise, but certainly when it comes down to trading in economic crisis like that, it makes more sense to have a little bit of silver like that, small ounces of that. Now I did do Mars bar economics, which I pointed out that when they did the change to decimalisation, they took in all the copper and the silver coins and everything like that, and they took it away and give you cheap metal, which is not tradable and things like that. So that's why I bought these smaller coins. You've got to trade. Now I do trade tobacco if I've got it. As I say, I have my solar, I have some geese over there, and I have some chickens where they decide to lay. So I'm not entirely self-sufficient. I'm hoping to get more and more secure. And now with the geese, I bought four goslings, so let them grow up. Hopefully they'll lay eggs, possibly hatch a few. You know, sort of become more self-sufficient like that. I mean, I can't kill anything to save my life, but if I've got spare goslings, geese, till Christmas time or festivals and that, you can always sell them. Somebody will have them for the meat. Huh? Chickens, yeah, I've got the eggs there for my own self-consumption. So many people have chickens in Bulgaria. They're all over the place. But they're only for my own consumption. I've got a couple of chickens. If they lay a couple of eggs a day, I'm fine. If I had 4 or 5 chickens, I'd be swamped out with eggs, and I'd have to find some way to preserve them. But I can't see any future for Britain right now. Now I am going to get political, because when I was a child, just after World War II, there was something like 20 million people. Something like that. The population of the UK was 20 million people. Now I'm told it's somewhere in the region of 68 million people and rising, maybe more. Something like, we don't know. Now when I was a child, there was heavy industry. There was the steelworks, car manufacturing, all sorts of enterprises going on. I mean, I come from Grimsby. There was the fish stocks going on down there. There was all the fish factories employing thousands of people and things like that. Look around you. How many people are actually employed? How many people are reliant upon welfare and that? That's it. They've got to print money, which is effectively borrowing, to sustain this. And you know yourself, borrowing is a one-way street to disaster. Now if you've got 68 billion people and at least 68 million people and at least 30 to 40 million people are probably on some form of welfare, how are you going to keep that up? That's without people coming into the country who have no economic value whatsoever. So it's going to be a collapse. It's going to be a bad one. That's why your taxes are rising. That's why you're losing your housing, your housing benefit being capped, your fuel allowance is being capped. I mean, and sooner or later the pension's going to go. The means testing pensions. Now they're going to are they going to start means testing people? Means testing things like the national health? You're in crisis. I would be in crisis if my pension stopped. That's why I'm preparing. But for you on state pension in the UK, it's stopped. You're struggling, it's going to get worse. So anyway, it's a pensioner prepper. My hopes and prayers go with you, to be honest. So, take care. Bye for now.